In this video, we're going to explore the mode of behaviour, the parts of our personality used to escape from unwanted emotional experiences in an instantly rewarding way. These parts are looking for a quick fix to escape or numb what it is that we don't want to face, and they've got a point of view that revolves around this behaviour being the only solution for the problem. In the bigger picture, these escaping behaviours tend to recreate the emotions that we were originally trying to avoid. So today, let's have a conversation about our own detached self-soother. When the detached self-soother mode is activated within our personality system, we're trying to shut off our unwanted emotional experiences by engaging in activities that distract us from the uncomfortable way we simply don't want to feel. These activities might be things that are stimulating, for example, working, playing video games, having sex with random people, excessive gambling, participating in dangerous sports, or the abuse of stimulant drugs. On the flip side, and sometimes simultaneously, there might be things that help us to numb out. For example, things like overeating certain foods, watching television for long periods, some computer games, spending time oversleeping, excessive shopping, or the abuse of substances that are central nervous system depressants. The intention behind these behaviours is that the activities we turn to are sufficiently distracting or soothing to allow us to escape from our current uncomfortable and therefore unwanted emotional experience. When we have parts that behave in this particular mode on a regular basis, it becomes a dominant way of life for people who identify with having addictive, obsessive, or compulsive coping mechanisms. It's a learned behaviour that usually, but not always, starts in early life with things that we may not even identify as the precursor to this type of adult coping mechanism. The primary focus of the detached self-soother is to avoid the emotional experience that's connected to our vulnerable child because it thinks we basically can't handle these feelings without the ability to escape at the drop of a hat. Keep in mind that there's no such thing as a bad part within our personality system, and each of our parts that use ineffective and maladaptive behaviours has an adaptive and effective version of itself on the other side. We just have to learn how to teach it how to access this way of being, because basically we didn't learn how to do these things at an early age. Parts of our personality that behave in the detached self-soother mode get a lot of attention when working with the addictive lifestyle. As a person who's in recovery myself, I'm very aware that in the early stages of this journey, we focus all of our attention on limiting the presence of the detached self-soother within our personality system, basically in an attempt to stop the constant stream of thoughts inviting us to use our substance or process of choice. Now, the only problem with this strategy is that these substances or processes are not the real issue or the long-term solution to all of our problems. They're the short-term fix for our inability to cope with the emotional experience we're desperately trying to avoid. When I stopped using substances to cope with my emotional experiences, I was confronted with an overwhelming sense of fear. I was basically afraid that I wouldn't be able to deal with life without the ability to detach in a way that would allow my emotional child parts to feel a sense of calm. Of course, I wasn't aware of it from this perspective at that time. I was only conscious of the uncomfortable itch that I felt like I constantly needed to scratch. It manifested in my thoughts and feelings as a desire to just run away, to escape from my current situation, even though at that time I wasn't even sure what it was that I was running from. There was somewhere that I needed to be. I didn't know where that was. It just wasn't right here, right now. The detached self-soother exists within our system as a means to an end. Its purpose is to provide an escape from what it is that we fear. When a schema gets activated and our vulnerable child is under threat, our system goes into a high alert to respond to our fear that exists within our personality by running towards those coping behaviours that we think are going to soothe. Whether we run by using stimulating behaviours including sex, gambling, video games or drugs like cocaine or methamphetamines, or we use sedating behaviours including food, sleep, binge watching television, or abusing substances like alcohol, heroin or benzodiazepines, the end result is always the same. We detach from the current circumstance by using these behaviours to self-soothe. My own detached self-soother would show up all over the place. Originally, it was there just in case there was a possibility of any emotional experience.
I really can't do this today. I mean, I know there's nothing going on. But what if people push me into a corner? What if I screw something up? How the hell am I going to deal with that? I just don't know how to do it, man. It's okay. I know exactly what we can do. Fuck it, just take a drink. That'll fix the problem. Let's just do it to get through this situation. Tomorrow is a completely different day and we can deal with whatever comes up then. If we do this now, we don't have to worry about anything. It'll be completely fine. Yeah, fuck it. I don't give a shit. I just need to get through today. That's all that matters right now. Fuck the rest of it. I'll figure that out later.
When I stopped using substances, it would show up in ways that I wasn't always aware of at first, but usually when I was dealing with something that was uncomfortable for me to do.
Oh man, I gotta have that conversation with my boss tomorrow. I really don't want to do that. It's gonna be fucking awful. She's gonna ask me all those questions and I just don't have the answers she's looking for. What the hell am I gonna do? It's okay. I know exactly what we can do. We don't need to worry about this. There's no need to even think about this. Let's just get on the internet and look at other things. That'll take our mind off of it. We don't need to think about these things. We just need to think about something else. You deserve to take your mind off of these difficult things. Maybe you can buy something for yourself. Maybe. I actually think there's a sale running today. Fuck it. I deserve something new. Maybe I can get a few things being as it's a sale. Yeah, fuck it. I can worry about the shit tomorrow and I'll worry about the money that I spend tomorrow too. Who fucking cares? It's fine.
After a while though, I started to recognize this behavior as a way to draw my attention to my feelings. I'd look beneath the surface to see what was going on when a part of me was just looking to do things in an extreme and ineffective way.
Okay, I gotta pay my bills. I gotta get to the store. I gotta pick up the kids, I gotta get them to their music lessons, pick up my prescription from the pharmacy. And I'm sure there's something else that I'm forgetting. How the hell am I gonna get all this done? I don't think I can handle this for much longer. I mean, seriously, this is way too much for me to deal with. What the hell am I gonna do? You don't need to feel like this. You can get rid of these feelings, remember? It's really easy. You know exactly what to do and everything goes away. It's easy. You know it is. Why don't you just give in and do it? Come on. It makes sense, remember? It gets rid of things immediately and you don't have to worry about all this negativity anymore. No. Fuck it, I have to push through this. I can get these things done. I refuse to take the easy option. I'm better than that and I deserve more than living my life that way. I don't want to do that anymore.
What I learned as I progressed along my own recovery journey and later into living the life I wanted to live was that fighting with the part of me that wanted to escape this way was not sustainable for extended periods of time. Sooner or later, it was bound to overpower my system and take over my behavioural responses with what this part of me truly believed was the solution to my current predicament. Yeah, it's true that distraction and avoidance helped me in the beginning. It got me through some really difficult times and I actually learned to appreciate this part when I understood why it was doing what it was that it was doing. However, eventually I had to face the problem it was trying to avoid, and to get to what this was, I had to develop my ability to listen to this part and understand the fears it was attempting to escape from. Mindful awareness and an abundance of self-compassion, self-empathy and self-forgiveness is what helped me to finally accept that this part was a necessary and important part of my personality. Once I actually accepted him, he became a part of the internal conversation, and he was open to me teaching him about living the life I wanted to live and being the person I wanted to be according to my true, authentic values and beliefs. In the PDF at the bottom of the website page that's connected to this video, you're going to find a worksheet that's designed to help you identify if this mode is one that you experience as a dominant way of coping with your uncomfortable and therefore unwanted emotional experiences. Take some time to download it and read it through. Contemplate and even reflect on the questions before you answer them. See how relevant they are to you, and if you think and feel that this is a mode you use on a regular basis, use the skills of mindfulness to build awareness for its presence within your personality system. Pay attention to these parts when you practice mode journaling and see if you can really listen to what it is they're trying to tell you. And guys, if you like the content of this video, please subscribe to the channel, smash that like button and turn on the notifications to get all the latest from me and the Liberation Place. If you want to know more, come join the live online meetings that I facilitate for free each week on Zoom. You'll find a link to the page containing more information about those groups in the description below. I hope this video gave you some insight for the possibility of having a detached self-soother within your own personality system. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Take care, be safe and be well.